Yeah, that's interesting. You brought up the sales tactic of the free trial. Because a lot of times, sometimes that doesn't work, right? Because you mentioned like, oh yeah, if you forget about the thing, or if that thing isn't that big of a deal, but if it recalibrates your standard of life in whatever way, and then now you have to basically lose a little bit of that standard, then it feels like it works a lot. But it can. That's kind of how the salespeople kind of get you.
Yeah.
Where they'll be like, they work on, or they try to anyway, in my experience, that they try to recalibrate your standard 100%. Of life. So they feed, like, a lot of times, like, they'll feed you like ideas of a dream, a new life, right? Like a different life, an improved life. And they keep that in your mind, right? Like I remember I used to work with this guy who used to sell cars.
They get him in that upgraded model.
Yeah, yes. So there's all these little tactics that they teach them how to do or whatever. But one of the small little things that I was like, oh, I see that. A lot of it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I wasn't surprised. But one of them was he'd have this kind of spiel, and it was something along the lines of, well, let me go ahead and run these numbers and see if we can't get you driving home in your brand new car today. So he'll say, get you driving home in your brand new car today, right? So it puts this image of your head of driving home in your brand new car, right? Which is like, it's like living life, right? Kind of a thing with your new standard of life, kind of a thing. And I remember thinking, oh man, that was kind of powerful the way he said that right there, because the idea of driving home in your new car is always exciting, right? Or having a So, and I remember thinking that, and let's say it doesn't work out. That little model that you recalibrated in your head gets you suffer this right here.
100%.
So you're like, oh my gosh.
That's the plan.
So now they can sort of jack up the price here and there because you're trying to, like, they got you on the hook with this exact thing. So they end up getting you.
It's like with whatever, like the show models of like condos, right? Well, we can definitely, and then you're walking in there, you're all fired up, and like, dang, this could be like an office, and I got all this extra room. Then they take you in the one bedroom, and it seems tiny.
It's like anchoring is like when they show you the really good one first.
That's the positive anchoring. There's negative anchoring too, which is when I'm offering you, you want to sell me your car for $10,000, and you say, well, how much you want to pay for it? And I go, I don't know.